And this is super casual. So as I'm moving through this isn't a me talking at you. This is like, stop me, ask questions, participate. I want you to get the most out of this as you can. I'm not trying to just like be a head that's talking at you guys. There is a little like presentation, but it's more of just talking through marketing and the idea of marketing and a tactic that you can implement. And then I want to move into questions and maybe brainstorming. So if one of you guys has some support that you need, like let's use all our brains together and do a little brainstorming if that's how it organically happens. So I want it to be a bit interactive and casual, and I don't want anyone to stress out and things like that. So don't feel overwhelmed, and just know, this is every first Thursday of the month. And sometimes it takes a few times to go through something for it to really land in your brain and stick. So yeah, so be open-minded, be present, and let's just dive in. Okay, so today I'm going to cover list building, and let me close this up. And really what I mean by that is email marketing, and everyone's on different levels on this call. So I'm just going to start with the basics and kind of build on top of that, so we have sort of a foundation in our brains. But email marketing is really valuable no matter who you are, product based or if you're service based or skill based, because it's a chance for you to really talk directly to people that are fans of you, that like what you're doing, have an interest in you. You're able to, communicate to them directly. Email marketing is so important to build authentically your list and organically. High engagement is way more valuable over a giant list. So be wary of people selling lists and things like that. I'll probably touch on that in a minute. And well, why isn't it going forward? And then why list building? Why is that important for you as a business owner? It pulls in potential clients. It also builds that know, like, and trust factor. So people aren't just going to buy from you randomly. They need to know who you are. They need to understand what you're doing. They need to like what you're doing. And then they need to trust what you're doing. And so by pulling people onto your email list, you can now communicate to them. They get to know you. They get to understand what you're about. And then they start to trust you. And that's when the wallets start to open up. Another thing, it's like referrals. People know someone, know they like what they're doing. And when you get referred, there's that trust factor. It's kind of accelerated a little bit. It also allows you to launch promotions and specials and update people about what you have going on. Julia, for you, I picture this as a dream for you, that you can go and travel to California. You can go and travel to, I don't know, New York. And with your list, you can share with them, hey, guess what? I am heading to California for a month. Book in my calendar now and get in there so you can get your cut color and all that fun stuff. We just had someone. Oh yeah. Okay.
You could rent out Tipsy Mango and just drive that thing around and cut hair in it.
I love that. A little mobile hair cutting service.
Hell yeah.
That's so wonderful. And really what I want to highlight is how important building that email list is, because I read this in an article last week. I think it was someone referred to social media as rented land. And it really is true. We're on Instagram and Facebook. Everyone is. It's a thing. But it's a space that we don't own those people. And it can go away tomorrow, like TikTok. And the email list is ours to own. It's ours. They've signed up to be on there. And when you look at the statistics, when you post things as a company, 1% to 2% reach is all you really get organically, unless you want to invest in money to do advertising. And the industry standard, depending on who you are and what kind of industry you're in and you're sending emails, you get an open rate of 20 to 45%. So that's, right there, just looking at the raw numbers of who's seeing your content, it's so much more worth your time to send out emails almost than posting on social media. However, social media is such a great way to pull people onto your list. So it's not something to ignore by any means. And I'm going to stop there. Is that making sense to everyone? Anyone have questions so far? Okay, cool. So what types of list building methods are there? There are a ton. There's so many, but I'm going to kind of drill into just lead magnets, freebies, and giveaways for now. For on this call, we're just going to kind of focus on that so we don't get really lost in the weeds of all the different ways to do it. And not all the ways are right for everyone either. Just know that there are so many ways and you have to find what way feels right for you and your brands and your voice and what you have the capacity to even do. I'm going to pause right there. Marketing is, I want to have a little more foundation for you, a little foundational knowledge of marketing, just so you can kind of see the bigger picture and where we're going with this sort of maybe, whole marketing plan, this whole pollinator and just kind of, I don't know, getting that foundation in place. So Google marketing funnel, you'll see this everywhere. This is like a basic marketing thing that you even learn in school. But really what it is understanding your customer's journey or your potential customer's journey. And it starts with a really wide reach. This is like casting the net of awareness. This is from someone not knowing who you are to buying from you, booking an appointment with you, getting in your calendar, opening up their wallet. The awareness is all about awareness. It's all about understanding who you are, finding you, being aware that you are, an energy healer. You are an amazing hairstylist, things like that. And the second kind of tier drills down a little bit. Now they know who you are and now they're interested and then they're engaged with you. And then they're going to consider purchasing from you. And then the action is they purchase. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just think there's so much value in understanding and pulling out of a tiny little list building thing that you're doing to understand the bigger picture where this all can kind of go. So when you start with awareness, these are all the tactics. And of course, there's even more. This is where list building is living. This is where sending out a freebie or, offering up a sample and things like that. This is where it lives, is that awareness. This is just capturing as many people as you can into your community, into your communication opportunities. And it's social media, which all of you guys are doing. It's video, it's digital ads, it's ebooks. You may be doing some, you may be doing all, you may be doing one, and that's totally fine. This is just about building that awareness. And then the interest and engagement piece is now they know who you are. Okay, great. That's what they do. Awesome. I'm kind of more interested. I'm going to start attending your webinars, or I'm going to start engaging with you. I'm going to start opening up your emails and following you and understanding what you're doing more. So it's growing in interest. And this is where the know, like, and trust factor really starts to kick into gear. And then the consideration, I would underline trust right here. They are like, I trust this person. I love what they're doing. I like what they're offering. I'm considering buying from them. And then of course, the final piece is they're buying from you. So I say all this because what I'm teaching you today is in the awareness arena, but all this kind of works as one. So if you're offering a freebie and they get on your email list, so that's 1 and 2, you need to nurture them and talk to them in order to pull them through 3 and into 4. This all kind of works, like I said, as a unified whole, and one doesn't work without the other. So you need to kind of have that plan in place to push them through into the funnel. Okay, so that might have been overwhelming, confusing, a lot of information all at once. So just know today we're kind of really focusing on list building, the lead magnets, freebies, and giveaways kind of thing. So we're drilling it down here. I'll repeat probably that marketing funnel because I think it's just so important to understand that. But you don't have to really get too worried about that. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right in. Some types of freebies that you can offer that are to ease yourself into it, to pull people into your email list are, I've bulleted them out: cheat sheets, checklists, guides, ebooks, infographics. These can be PDFs or video. You want this piece of content to be very simple, but packed with value, easy to digest, and you want to leave them wanting more. Julia, everyone should follow her. She's amazing at coloring hair. I mean, she's an artist at heart, like a true artist at heart. And she approaches hair as though it's a palette, and the amazing things that she does with hair, it's like unreal. So I was thinking about you today with this, and I feel like your freebie could be something around like what kind of hair color, because you can get kind of crazy and fun with the hair color. What kind of hair color maybe goes with different skin tones? And, you know, not everyone with brown eyes should have this kind of hair color, or this, you know, pasty skin. There are definitely colors I don't need to be putting in my hair. And I think it's something that maybe people don't think about. They're like, I want a fun color in my hair. But I think it's a great guide, or it could be a cheat sheet, or it could be an infographic. You break down, okay, if you have this kind of skin tone, you should be using these kinds of fun colors, not these colors, things like that. You want to approach this as, what is the pain that they're experiencing? What is something that they are struggling with that you can help them and give them a taste of how you're able to help them? For instance, I saw one, it was a yoga instructor, and the way she started it off was, are you lethargic during the day? Do you feel like you can't get enough done? You start getting, you start getting sleepy at 2, 3 in the afternoon. Try these 5 yoga poses to energize you, get you going again, and back into the swing of things. So that's giving a taste of what she has to offer. But she's naming that pain of, I do feel tired, I do feel lethargic, I can't get my things done. So another great way to look at this is, what are the questions that are being asked of you constantly? What are you always having to answer? And maybe for Erin, it's energy healing, and it's what is that all about? What really can I accomplish at the end of it? And it's a guide to how to be open to energy healing. And here's 7 things that you can do before a session with me or something. Moving on. So some of you already maybe have this in place. You already have the freebie, you have that pop up. So another great next step for you to get more involved in capturing those emails is, here's 3 things that I have pulled, and these are just examples, but you can do a short action series. So this is an example: find extra money in 2 weeks for financial advisors. Sign up for 14 free days. This is a simple thing. It's packed with content, and it's free. And all you have to do is set up an email sequence for 14 days, and you're sending them a different action of how they're able to find money every day. You can also offer a free mini course. So kickstart your mindfulness journey as an example, and just send a video series. If this is a free 1-week mini course, you send a video each day, and you're showing them how they can move through life a little more mindfully. You can also offer up a challenge. So a challenge of Love Your Body, a 10-day style challenge. Each day you send an email with a new challenge. It's super bite-sized, easy to digest, a quick tip each day. Shouldn't take too long to come up with these things, if you're service-based. But you want to leave them wanting more. And with these freebies and with these kind of more involved mini courses, action series, challenges, this is, again, part of that funnel. So you've captured them into the awareness at the end of these challenges and series, and at the end of your freebie and your ebook, it should be funneling them more into, did you like this? Because I have this. And I don't have time to go into all the logistics, but you want to kind of keep funneling them in. And that's part of getting them on your email list, because you're going to start nurturing that relationship that you've built from this mini course or from that free PDF. Is this all, anyone have questions? I kind of want to pause or something you want to chat about? And you can just come off mute. I haven't been monitoring the chat. All right, good, okay. So these freebies that you're offering need to have an opt-in because they have to say, yes, I'm opting into this. Here's my email address, and now you've got them. This can be a landing page that you have. It can be, for me, I personally do a digital download in my store. Maybe I'm weird. It's helpful for me, and it keeps all my content that I have for sale and also freebies right there in my store. And if you don't have a website, totally fine too. There's so many marketing platforms out there that allow an opt-in downloadable PDF straight into their email marketing platform. And there's a ton of email marketing platforms out there that are free to use and offer this service. So you don't even need a website if you don't have one. And here's my challenge to you guys is I want you to think about what is the freebie you could potentially have. And maybe you have one and you haven't revisited it in a while and it needs some refreshing. So I want you to think about what could it be? What could you offer? You know, maybe it's a video tutorial or it's a cheat sheet, like peek behind the curtain. Here's how I do things. How do you do it? And maybe for those that already have these things, level up and think about a mini course. It could just be a 5-day mini course or a 5-day challenge. There's so many challenges happening right now around weight loss and resolution setting and things like that. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've been advertised to it on Facebook and things like that. Really address what is the pain point that your client is having? What is the challenge? What is a barrier that they're facing and why they aren't hiring you quite yet? And I think a lot of times in maybe the wellness industry, it's a little scary. It's a little intimidating, you know, for like yoga or workout instructors or even healers. It might be really scary. Even for you, Sarah, actually, it might be scary for someone to want to jump into a whole network of people that already know each other. There's a certain vulnerability there. And addressing that in a freebie or in a video tutorial can really help make you feel more approachable and make their wallets open up a little bit more. And if you could send that to me by tomorrow, I would love that. I want to see your lead magnet. I want to see what your ideas you have. If you have several, that's great. Send them over. Let's explore. Let's hop on a quick call and talk about it. I want to hear what I had to throw it in. It's like my favorite pun ever. I swear, I use it so many times. Sarah knows. And let's kind of brainstorm and hone in on what that lead magnet could be. I had a client not that long ago that's like, oh, I already have several. And the ones that she had were all outdated because she had them prior to COVID even. So revisit that. It's something that you don't have to change it every month, but definitely you want to think about refreshing it. And then the ever pending question is how to get that lead magnet out there in order to even pull people in. Social media is still one of the best ways. It really is. And, you know, you can use Instagram stories, reels. The way you use your lead magnet, let's say yours is, you know, the 7 steps to a healthy mind. So that's your lead magnet. You've got 7 steps. Now you can break that apart and utilize social media in, hey, here's 1 step of how I do this that's been helpful for me or that my clients have found helpful. And here's a testimonial about it, and can kind of expand on it and break that lead magnet apart and say, did you like that tip? Here's 6 more tips. Click here to download that PDF. Facebook Live is a really great resource to maybe talk about and break down and teach one new strategy that you have. Or, you know, Julia, you can teach one method of how to braid your hair to get it out of your face for a workout or something, and then say, did you like that? You know, here's some video tutorials I have, so download it here. You want to always give them a little bit, so then you can pull them into that freebie. And these are great for if you've leveled up and you're doing these the challenges. You can offer one challenge and say, you know, do you want to be held accountable all week? Sign up for my challenge here. And this can be a rolling challenge that you always just have going on because it triggers those email sequences. I would recommend maybe changing your lead magnet. You don't have to, but if you're talking about it consistently, I would challenge you to talk about this weekly in your social media. It might feel like a lot, but you can just pull little pieces out of your freebie and talk about one little piece each week. And if you do that, which you'll start to see results, you'll start to incrementally build your list. I would change up what you do probably around between 2 and 3 months. If you do the challenge, you could probably extend it a little more because more people are going to want to be pulled into your challenge. I would also, don't forget about LinkedIn too. If your demographic is hanging out on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is such a great platform that can be sometimes underutilized for freebies. And what's nice about LinkedIn is the rolling feed is slower than it is on Instagram and Facebook. Those things, you know, it's like boom, 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 and they're gone. Whereas LinkedIn, it sort of hovers. And don't forget writing blog posts about it. You can write a little blog post about a piece of that freebie and then say, did you like that? Here's more. Click to get my, you know, free ebook or something. Oh, and then some super obscure, weird, out of the box ways of getting this out there. And I've shared this with some of you guys, but an example is when I first launched my company, I was focused on restaurants, and I wrote this 32-page ebook on the 4 marketing tactics every restaurant should be doing. And it was super valuable. It's robust, it's chunky, it's 32 pages. But what I would do is I was on Reddit, and if you guys don't know what Reddit is, it's Reddit. And there's different subreddits. So it's sort of user-generated content, questions, and interactions that are happening that are very niche. So you can find any kind of niche subject ever. It's kind of crazy. So I was following the restaurant ones, and pretty much weekly, somebody would say, I don't know how to market, or how am I supposed to do social media with my restaurant, or I don't understand what I'm supposed to include on my website. Some kind of marketing question. Inevitably, it would happen. And all I would do was respond, hey, I've got this free 32-page ebook on the top 4 marketing tactics every restaurant should be doing. And every single time, without fail, they'd be like, oh, I want that. So I would direct message them a link. They'd have to enter their email to get that ebook. And they did it every time. And what was even greater about it is somebody would see my comments publicly, and I would get about 10 to 15 people under that saying, I want it too, I want it too, I want it too. And I'd get a blast of signups right then and there. And I would get between, I don't know, 8 to 20. It just depended on the day and the response. That on Reddit is great if you can find your niche and find your demographic. It's also great in Facebook groups. I'm seeing it tons right now around healthy eating and healthy exercising, is people just offering up this very juicy, chunky, robust freebie to download. And you can also, any kind of networking events that you do, this freebie is a great thing to have in your back pocket to just kind of mention. And I would do that with the restaurant. Anytime I met someone in the restaurant industry, I would say, hey, I have this freebie. It's a 32-page ebook on how to market as a restaurant. Do you think you'd be interested? And every time it was a yes, because it's a really good chunky piece of meaty goodness. And they would, yeah, I want that. And you'd email them and sign up. I'm going to plug Sarah's summit real fast. Maybe you can put the link to it in the chat. Sarah's doing a summit at the end of, or hosting a summit at the end of this month. And in it, I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna talk about, because I do talk about these freebies and how to leverage them if you're at an event and you're speaking and they're not giving you the email list. So make sure you come to mine. It's like on that Friday. And I really dive deeper into that. I can talk about that here too if it's of interest. But her summit's going to be amazing. Dee Dee's there. She's going to be speaking, and there's tons of info for entrepreneurs and small businesses. So many great speakers, and it's going to be lovely and so informative. And I highly recommend you guys sign up. It's totally free, and it's a great group of speakers that are going to be there. And I think all those awesome speakers are bringing in awesome attendees. So it's a really good way to expand your network too and gain knowledge from each other, because we all help lift each other up. And I love that. So here's just, get in touch with me if you want to brainstorm. I'm going to stop sharing because I want to see everyone and hear from you guys. And leave sort of this half hour to kind of chit chat about questions you have. It doesn't have to be about list building. It can be any kind of marketing questions you have, or if there's a topic that you want to dive deeper into, we can do that and plan it out for the next pollinator. But yeah, this is a chance to let's pollinate. Oh gosh. Does anyone have any thoughts on what they want their lead generator to be, what they want their freebie to be? Can I kind of poke y'all's brains about it?
I was thinking of doing, because I'm doing these MP3s to kind of clear stress and anxiety and stuff like that. And I was thinking of doing like an MP3 to feel better now, in 5 minutes or something like that. I also, I wrote down, I'm like writing down a bunch of shit. I like the idea of the blog with the little piece of the blog and then be like, hey, you like that? Here, do the free training. So I wanted to do something why affirmations don't work for most people, and like kind of explain that, and then be like, oh, if this resonates with you, sign up for this free training and I'll show you what to do instead.
Oh, I love that, Erin. Yeah, Erin just launched this confidence reboot program. I'm actually going through it, and her little like meditation, she does a morning and an evening meditation. I found it so grounding. The voice is really soothing on there. I love that idea of you offering up, a grounding MP3 or something like that. And I think affirmations is something that people want to believe in and make happen, and it sort of just falls to the side and doesn't really work.
Yeah, a lot of people will try it for like a certain time period and they don't get the results quickly enough. And then they're like, oh, this doesn't work for me, which is a whole other affirmation, So yeah, a lot of people struggle with it.
Yeah, you could do like 7 steps to actually making an affirmation work.
Or because it's I think a lot of people want to just think more positively, but they get stuck on that barrier where they've just been in the negative thought loop and they don't know how to break that neural pathway.
Yeah, I love that. Julia, do you have any thoughts on what you want your freebie to be?
Well, I have a Facebook page that I need to update very badly, Junicorn Sparkles Hair Society. And I wanted to kind of create a sense of like a club or like a secret society. So I was thinking about like intro, I don't know, it's harder to do like, I don't know. Like I was thinking about mailing them like a little freebie, like, it would be some stickers, it would be maybe some hair accessories, like having a little grab bag kind of thing. But that's like an actual physical mailed out thing. Just so people, like when I do reboot that page, they feel really special. There's something a little more tangible, because the work I do is hands-on. So, you know, and I like the kind of tips and tricks thing that you were talking about too, just like giving people small ideas and just getting my face out there, maybe doing short videos or something that are just like introducing myself. And I think that that Facebook page might be a good place to start. And kind of bring, because I have all these people kind of out there in the world, and I think that page will bring them together into one place.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, I like that, like maybe making little videos is a cute thing too. And if people want to send me their address, I'll send them a free thing.
Mm-hmm. And you
That
can
could be
always,
my first video.
yeah. You can give those stickers to your clients too.
I do. I try to remember to. I have them out here, so I give my little unicorn horn stickers when they're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. People, you are really hitting on something that's key is people like to feel special. They like to feel VIP and a part of like the in crowd. And so nurturing a sort of community where they feel loved and cared for and special and VIP is such a valuable thing, because then they're going to listen to you when you do have things that you're doing that you want to maybe promote or push. You know, maybe you can run some kind of special and they're going to actually be responsive to you. And I've seen the interactions that you get. Your fans are hardcore fans. They love you because that's who the brand is you. And video is so key because they're going to get your personality out of it. They're going to see you. They're going to see your work on video and in person. And I think that's super valuable for you too, is to like showcase your work in a video sense. With COVID, we are all so distanced from any, you know, people, and video has really seen an uptick because the connection, even though it's not in person, that face-to-face connection has been really helpful for people during this sort of, you know, shutdown. And so video has started to do even better than it was before. And it's such a good marketing tactic.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for me. It's a good challenge for me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A little intimidating, but I can do it.
I know. It's you know what, through the nerves and fear and the anxiety and the like unknown comes so much growth. It's like the pain that we experience of oh God, and taking the leap, you grow substantially. It's when you sit in that comfort zone that nothing happens. So it's so good. Who was it that said like everyone needs to scare themselves once a day or something? I forget who said that, but it's so true. You've got to feel uncomfortable or you're just going to get stagnant. It's good to push. Yeah. Dee Dee,
Yeah.
do you have any ideas on what your freebie might be?
Well, I currently have a 100K business blueprint, but two ideas came to mind when you were going through the options. I want to do perhaps one on, perhaps it's like an assessment on, are you ready to scale?
Oh, I like that. So people definitely like to take quizzes and surveys and things to tell them about themselves. I'm a sucker for it. Like, oh, what personality type am I? You know, I already know myself, but I still like to take those things. And I love that idea. I would say it again. Can you say it one more time for me?
The assessment's gonna based on, are you ready to scale? Because I work with a lot of business owners, and some of them feel like they need to scale, and some of them are ready, but others are not. And they need to have a little bit of a reality check, just like, well, actually, you need, you know, these things first before you want to consider scaling.
Yes. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
And then another one I think super helpful, because I'm a nerd when it comes to time management. So perhaps maybe like a checklist or like a time management hacks, like a list of hacks. I think that may be cool.
You could do a template too, like break down a template of how to manage a week's worth of your time or something. And then you can say, or it could be your tactics, and then you can name the benefit and, you know, say you're going to double your, you know, your output by the end of this or something.
Yeah.
Kind of what they would get.
Yeah, because I have a whole workshop on how to manage energy versus time and how to budget your time, effectively. So I wanted to wrap the magnet around that, just so
Yeah,
that people have access to different ways of how they can be more productive, but also efficient.
And going back to your first one, that is such a good way to pull people. Okay, here's your self-assessment. Now that's where you're at. Here's a package that can help you to like move into that next level. That one's such a good funnel to like feed them into, whatever package you might have too. I like that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Sarah, what about you?
So it's kind of loud here right now. I apologize.
Oh yeah, you're in DC. She's like a couple miles from the White House.
Yeah, we're 3 miles from the White House. And we have my cleaning team is here today too.
Oh God. It's a busy day.
Yeah. So my current freebie is 3 steps to creating a killer online course. And because a lot of people that are in my target demographic are course creators or people who know that they need to be doing like a webinar kind of thing, but a lot of people are, one, afraid of video and afraid to do that. 2, don't really know like what they can share. But when you were talking, I was thinking I probably should do like a little video that's like 2 tips on like authentic networking and how to feel like you're walking into a room of friends and not, like even virtually, but as opposed to walking into a room where you don't know anybody at all.
Yeah, that's so relevant right now because we're all jumping on these random Zoom calls that we don't know anyone, and it can feel intimidating.
Yeah. And after, right, I was very hopeful about COVID last week being over sooner than later. And now after what I watched yesterday here, I think it's going to be going longer because there's no way there isn't a huge uptick in the DC area after that.
Yeah. I think that I think a way to think about what your freebie is what comes natural to you. Because Sarah, you're just the natural when you pop into a space, you just do it. It comes so organically. Like all you guys have this super organic way about what you do. And that's what people don't know. And so to be able to share this everyday knowledge, it might be like, oh, of course you don't want to wear blue hair when your skin tone is that, but Julia knows that because she knows colors and she understands how they work, but I don't get it. I've put color in my hair and I'm like, whoa, that washed me out and I shouldn't do that color again, So that's another way to look at what kind of freebie you do is what is that natural gift that you just have that you know instinctually. And it makes it really easy to create that freebie too, because you already know it in your heart. Michaela, I don't know if you're able to talk, but if you've got ideas or questions, you can pop in. Oh, there you are.
Hi. Speaking of friends, coming into a room of friends and new friends, I'm actually like not considering doing one at this moment, but it's just good awareness for just other things. I don't know. I've just got some ideas percolating, but I don't have anything like as far as that's not how I'm building my business right now. So however, this is like I'm glad I came because the content is super useful and helpful.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Does anyone have any question? It can be completely off this topic, for sure. Like, is there any questions you have around some kind of glitch in social media or email marketing or what platforms you use, blah, 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 anything?
I've been kind of back and forth a while. I used to do a lot of Facebook Live videos, but now that like everybody's doing it, I'm just like, I literally haven't done any because I don't know. There's this huge resistance that keeps building and building. And I knew I kind of had a resistance to social media this whole time, but like I didn't know why. And now I don't know if you guys have all seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix, but you know, it breaks down kind of social media and how it works and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't want to be there anymore, you know, like, so what would you do if you wanted to take your Facebook audience and get them to your mailing list? Like that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing at this point.
Yeah, that's part of what these freebies are, is the point is to pull them off of your social media. And you can still do video, but just share that through email. You don't have to do a Facebook Live. You can do a video. You know, you were so good in front of camera when you were doing those, Erin. I loved watching you, and you would do it so impromptu and in the moment of what you were feeling, which in time it also was super in tune with how your audience was feeling. So I'm kind of sad that you haven't been. So I think if the mood strikes you, just record that video, post it or email it, send it out and say, hey, I was feeling this in the moment. Here's my video. And then let people know, hey, I shared a video yesterday about, you know, ... Make sure you're on my email and here's how. You don't even have to maybe, you know, for them to get on. And just that's why I'm saying this pulling them off of social media is a weekly thing that you're constantly telling them, move over here, move over here, move over. That is, you know, you're sharing a little bit of something and then saying, but get more. So it's offering that value add that if you're heading over to email, they're getting a lot more than what they're sharing on Facebook.
Yeah, and I love the idea of doing some freebies first, and then, you know, when I decide to go off completely, it'll just be like last chance, people. But at least, like, you know, they're getting value initially, and they're going there not because I'm like, okay, you're never going to see me again. You know, it's like it's a different type of energy, I think.
Yeah, and I would, if you are really pulling back on social media, I would highly recommend you partner with people and cultivate relationships that can pull you onto their social media, and you just leverage other people's networks in that capacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, partner up and do a Facebook interview with someone, or be featured as a co-host on or co-author on posts, or people in videos and things like that. It can definitely expose you a little bit more to a whole other audience. Actually, that's something everyone should be doing, not just someone who's pulling off of, you know, social media. Everyone should partner with other people and leveraging those other.
Yeah, Sarah mentioned that too. And it was funny because I used to get asked to be on podcasts a lot. And I think since I've been less active, I just, you know, but it's a great idea. Like, why not, you know, go make it happen yourself instead of waiting for other people to, you know, invite you.
Yeah, just engage with them and ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. They can just say no, or they might say yes. Make sure you tell them when you're approaching people to partner, make sure you lead in with what your gift is, like what value you're going to have to their audience. Because everyone wants to know what's in it for me. What's in it for me? We're all, you know, around a little bit selfish. So if you're like, I can help ground and calm someone with my, you know, 3-minute meditation recording, or I can help your audience be more mindful and confident, or whatever it is, you know, kind of lead with that idea.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Ooh, it got warm here in California. The sun is out. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, we can call it a day. I'll gift you 12 minutes of your day. Maybe go work on your lead magnet.
I have a
Yeah,
question too.
It's all very, oh, go ahead.
The document, I don't know if it was a deck that you shared earlier. Is that something that we have access to, or?
Oh yeah, I can email it out. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Let me make a note so I can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Share deck. All right, cool. Is there a certain topic that you guys want to hear about for next month? I have ideas, but really I'd like to be able to, share something that you want to hear about instead of me kind of pushing it.
What are your ideas?
So all the awareness piece of that funnel is such a easy one to tackle and turn around and create things. And I was thinking about helping to button up like a social media calendar, like a content calendar, like how to organize yourself around a content calendar. And another subject that has been sort of weighing on my mind, I might do a webinar, partner up with someone else as a webinar, but how to leverage, one piece of content and break it apart into a whole bunch of different pieces of content. So you're not, okay, well, I sent an email. Now I need to think of 5 posts, and now I need to do a blog post, and now I need to, do an Instagram story. It's more of what can I talk about this week and break that apart. And then also email marketing strategy, how to kind of nurture, and then sell. So then you get a little bit more interaction if you are doing that know, like, and trust. So those were just sort of a few that I had. I don't know if any of those speak to you guys or if there's more or something else you want to hear about.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I'm pretty new to kind of taking my business from just connecting with my friends and friends of friends to like that next level. So scheduling and being more thoughtful about posts is something I'm definitely interested in learning more about and doing. And yeah, breaking apart that content too is great. And like, when I post a picture of someone's hair I've done, I could have done a, slow-mo video of them flinging their hair or the process pictures or, inspiration pictures, before and afters. There's a bunch of different ways I could use that content and be thinking of different ways while I'm doing their hair to document. So things like that. I'm interested in, just kind of seeing it more as the bigger picture level. And so that's in my head while I'm working, and then knowing how to put that into marketing.
Yeah, there's a lot there. So many opportunities, Julia. Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
I'm gonna put on my thinking cap, and can I email you?
Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, let me know.
I'm really overwhelmed. Oh, sorry.
I'm saying sorry.
Go ahead.
No, sorry if I was just unmuted while the mail came and I was talking to the dog.
Oh no, I did not hear that.
I was gonna suggest, I guess I'm just really overwhelmed by ads in general and like where to even start with ads. And it's so daunting that I won't even look at it. So that would be cool to like an introduction or something, or
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I like the idea of doing the scheduling for February because we're still in the beginning part of the year. So I think people are still kind of like figuring all that out. And I also think the beginning of this year feels a little bit extra crazy. Could be what I'm reading from where I'm sitting, but it would, having like something that makes it feel more structured and tackleable would be helpful probably for February. And then maybe something about like engaging, like getting your marketing to like engage people with you to like start a conversation.
Okay, like that.
Also, I love that you're asking that question.
Of what do you guys want to hear?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, I don't give you guys a subject that doesn't matter. But I picked list building just because it seems like such a hot topic right now. And I keep getting asked this question, and I'm seeing so many list building things happening out there in the intranets. So yeah, just seemed like a good kickoff. These are really good ideas though, you guys. I'm pretty pumped about the social media scheduling of it also leads into the idea of brainstorming, and I love brainstorming. So I think maybe next, like in February, we can talk about the structure of how to like build out, like how to think through building out that structure and get some kind of schedule in place. And then maybe we can spend a little time brainstorming with each other's businesses on content. Because that's always fun. We know what we think we should share, but it's really fun to hear what others are interested in hearing from you. And that's key, key for sure. So yeah. Okay. I'm writing that down too. I love that.
Christina, can you also share like everybody's handles in one place?
Oh yeah, I'll send when I send the deck out. Yeah, I'll send out everyone's information.
Okay, just so I make sure I don't miss anybody, we can follow each other and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool.
Good job, Sarah.
Sarah's on it.
Sarah gets the prize.
This is why she's really good at networking, and why she runs a company that does networking. Okay, great. Oh, this is so good. I liked seeing everyone. I think I might have more in February because I had 3 people that things came up and they couldn't make it, and they were all really sad about it. So they totally missed out. But in the meantime, you guys, if you have questions, send me your ideas. If you have that lead gen, just send it to me as complete if you have it, or if you want to brainstorm about it. That's my favorite thing in the whole wide world, is to just like brainstorm. Sarah and I used to have like 2-hour brainstorming calls set up every week. But what happened was, the very first one we did, we brainstormed that we should start a podcast, and then we started the podcast, and then we stopped doing our brainstorming sessions.
The storm was over.
Yeah, exactly. The storm had ended. Oh man.
You found the thing.
Yeah, we found the thing. No time to brainstorm again, because I can't handle any more big ideas. But anyway, it was so great seeing all you guys. Thank you for being open and present, and really like participating. I really appreciated it, and this was really fun. Yay.
Yeah, thank you, Christina.
It's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks guys. Have a good day.
Yeah. Nice to meet you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.